It's the time. It's AM 650 KGAB Radio. My name is Glenn Woods. Thanks for joining me. It's a Wednesday, so over the hump we go. Haven't heard from her in a while, but she wanted to come on the phone because I gave her an open invite. And this is someone I've known since she's decided first run for office. Bit of controversy surrounding the state auditor's office right now. So on the phone with me is State Auditor Cynthia Cloud. How have you been?
Oh, I'm doing well. Doing really good. Yeah, it's big controversy. It's campaign season, right? Of course there's going to be controversy.
Everything has to be stirred up. But now the controversy, as I understand, though, and I've even read, Cynthia, some articles from like Forbes magazine and so on about the state auditor's office.
Right.
And they gave you like a really poor scoring on transparency. So that's what we're talking about today. So it's good to hear this from your perspective.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Well, you know, I believe that when I ran for office in 2010, I thought you could really believe what you read in newspapers, and after you are in this, you realize, no, you cannot believe, no. Yeah. And it was quite disillusioning. But so I've learned over the years, and yes, we have some out-of-state people that are wanting to get a large data dump out of our system, and we're accommodating that. And just to update your listeners, I really appreciate this opportunity to get this out here so that people can hear the other side and hear what we're doing for this organization and for citizens across the state. We have delivered 126,095 transactions to them that we've had to go through manually and take out all of those confidential payments that are legally required either through federal regulation or either through state statute not to release if they're to remain confidential for people's protection.
Well, let's hold on right there, because that's part of the controversy is if you take something out, then some people are saying, well, I should have the right to see that. But what you're saying is there's some statutes out there, some laws that are saying you're not allowed to disclose certain information.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if I can, give you those specific statutes, actually, if you would like that.
Yes, actually. I mean, in general, though, in layman's terms, what are these statutes for? What do they say?
Well, it's actually saying that, for medical or sociological data on individual persons, that those are protected. Things such as rape victims or, Medicaid beneficiaries. So we have gone through and delivered 2,985 pages of data for this, public records request. And it has taken my office 22 hours to date on this request of taxpayer time. That's time that could be devoted to accomplishing the actual missions of our office. But this is important, and we agree that this deserves attention, and we're working on it diligently. And we have spent a total of $540 of the deposit that they put in, to be able to do this, because this is a large request, and we're working on it diligently. And obviously, they're just not happy with the resources that we have within our state and making a big to-do about the time that it's taking. But I've always said that we're small but mighty. I mean, I have 25 people, including myself, that, to pay payroll, to pay the vendors in our state, to, produce the CAFR, the financial report for the state, to keep the uniform accounting system running, to train 1,100 users. And not only that, one of the most exciting accomplishments that our office has is that we are going live on July the 26th with a huge upgrade of our system that eliminated 90% of the customization. And I added transparency into this system where we're segregating federal funds from the general fund. So for the very first time, people will be able to see, we're getting all of the federal data in one place. No longer are we having the federal grant information in Excel spreadsheets. I'm bringing that in. I'm also bringing in the fixed assets module, where we stripped all the customizations out, and now we're going to be able to account for our construction in the uniform accounting system rather than an Excel spreadsheet. So I am doing phenomenal work in transparency. And not only that, the information, we have a website already. We have our checkbook online already. It's been there for years, but we're limited by resources on what we can and how much we can provide on the website. And so it's very frustrating to hear this going on when, we've been working so hard. I started on this in 2014 when I ran, because this is one of the things that I've been trying to accomplish, along with everything else that we're doing, is getting a modern platform in place that sits over the uniform accounting system. And I said in 2014, it's going to take legislative investment, because this stuff isn't free. Things just don't happen. Mm-hmm. And so we're proud of what we have been able to provide citizens with the little resources that we do have. In Wyoming, we try to do the best we can with what we have and make the most of it. So this time, I've spent the last 3 years reviewing, what other states are doing, how they're delivering this information. And so I came up with a proposal and actually presented it to both parties during the beginning of the session, told them, the business case for it and what it would accomplish. I actually sent a letter to the Joint Appropriations Committee requesting the funding for this. I actually sent the state of West Virginia, their transparency website, to all of the Joint Appropriations Committee. They went live the first day that we were in session this year, and I thought, hey, this will be really good so that they can see. And there's a couple of other counties in our state that are using, this platform as well. And I even talked to the Wyoming Liberty Group executive director and said, hey, here's my letter. I sent it to him so that he could go out and actively, if this is truly what, the state wants, government takes a while. It works slow on purpose. And so, we were trying to work together to make this happen so that we can automate and use technology, because it's a very manual process to put what we have on the internet now under the vendor tab, but we can automate it and configure it with modern technology, put it at the taxpayer's hands, and I give them business intelligence reporting, and also it would open it up to other state agencies because it's enterprise wide, so that other state agencies for other disparate systems, they could put their information up there and be enterprise wide. So there's a lot of benefits, but it's getting the legislature and the policymakers involved in order to fund the appropriate technology to do this. So we're doing all we can with the resources that we have available.
On the phone with me is Cynthia Cloud, the state auditor here in the state of Wyoming, explaining and trying to go through, I guess, some of the process that you have to go through when someone makes a request for information. So you're saying then, what I'm gathering here, is that a lot of the information at the auditor's office currently is in old paper form. Is that right? And you're trying to get it online?
No, it's not in paper form, but it's stored in different tables in the system. And it's not designed, and that's another misnomer that's being put out there that I want to correct. The Uniform Accounting System is a governmental fund accounting system. It's designed to account for government funds. And so with the budgets and all of that, and it does exactly what it was designed to be. It's not designed to be a transparency system, to be able to extract large data like that. That's not what its purpose is. And so what we need is something that's designed for that purpose, to automate it and make that, streamline that and provide it to individuals so that the confidential information is no longer there. This would not even be an issue if we had this type of software, because any entity could go out there and get the information themselves. with quickly. So,
so did you get what you needed from the state legislators in order to, become more transparent? In other words, install the system. Do you have everything you need to work with?
No, I did not, because, we have a revenue shortfall in our state. And so that wasn't a priority at that time. But, I'm excited. This is a really good thing, because the next state auditor will be able to take this and run and get it done. I have been able to create the awareness, and with the legislature, the policymakers, they're aware. I have also went another avenue trying to obtain this funding. I'm a member of the Government Efficiency Commission, and so we submitted a letter requesting that this be part of, government efficiency, because it would make this whole process of providing information, leveraging the technology and eliminating manual processes and back office processing of this. And manual intervention. So, I'm even with another avenue. So this is what's so frustrating.
Right.
Instead of helping accomplish something that would benefit everyone, it's something that's benefiting, that part's being lost,
Okay.
And so I would like to get that message out there that I have been working hard on transparency, trying to bring this to our citizens. And the policy, the funding has to be there.
Okay. And by the way, government efficiency, that's an oxymoron. You understand that?
Oh,
I'm just tossing that out there. So.
Yeah.
Okay. So how, I know you were talking about the next person that steps into your office. So you're not running again?
I am not. I feel like I have done my job. I've done so much. We have done so much within our office. Especially with this new upgrade, and there's just more to do, I think, in other areas. I'm excited for the next adventure. I don't know where it's going to take me, but I feel like I've done the job of state auditor.
Well, see, that was the next question I was going to ask you. So you're done with the state auditor's office at what date? What's the date for that? 2019 of? I
think it's like January.
January, okay.
Yeah,
and then what do you do? Where are you going to go from there?
The last 2 years have been very difficult for my family and I. And my youngest son will be a senior in high school next year.
Mm-hmm.
And so I plan on coming home and being a mom from January to May and enjoying that last part of the senior year. And then I don't know what's going to happen.
Okay.
So it's exciting.
Play it by ear after that. Yeah, it's a whole new life after that.
It is.
Okay, could I sum up, and then I'll let you go here, but I thank you for calling in to get on the air and explain your point of view. But could I sum it up as, and for those people who've been to your office and requested information, and they were frustrated because, well, they didn't get what they wanted or it took forever to get it, that it was just basically the problem of you need some, maybe more funding and more people maybe to go ahead and set up the system? I mean, let's put it in a nutshell for people.
Okay, let's put it in a nutshell. This is an anomaly request.
Okay.
This is a large, specific request that we're talking about. Our office has answered, as of February, the data that I gave the office, the legislature, I believe it was 110 public records requests. That's what I have received since I have been in office. We have answered all of them, denied 9, I think is what it is. And out of the 9, it's this specific request multiple times.
Mm.
So, we have provided, you come to my office, we provide you the information. Like I said, I have 25 people, including myself, but we get to it as soon as we possibly can and give it to you as soon as we can. We provide information. But this is a different type of request.
Okay. All right. Cynthia, thanks for coming on. And as the story develops, if there's anything more, you're always welcome. And I know this time you had me, call in to you to get you on the air. Come in one of these days. We don't get to see each other that much anymore.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Bye.
I appreciate it. It's AM 650,